Does your heater dial do this instead of this? Mine was completely out of place and barely turned. So in this video, I'm diving behind the dash, into the engine bay, and showing you everything I learned along the way. If your dial turns fine and just gets stuck midway, skip ahead in the video. Otherwise, stick around if your dial's both jammed and out of sync. Start by removing the dash fascia. 2 Torx screws hold it in. You'll need a T30 bit for this. Next, we're pulling the radio out. I used radio keys, but to be honest, if you gently pull the fascia forward, it usually just slides out. Now, gently pop the fascia panel forward, no tools needed. I started at the top and just worked around the edges until all the clips were released. Next up, unplug the switches. Some folks remove the switches completely, but I found it easier to just unplug them from the back. This just means when you put the fascia back in, all the switches are already in place and all you've got to do is put the connectors in. Most of the plugs only fit in one place, but it's worth taking a photo and making some notes so you don't get caught out later when you have to put it all back together. Now with the fascia off, you can see my dial wasn't just stiff, it was in the wrong place completely. It'd probably been forced by the previous owner when it wasn't working properly. Unfortunately, I didn't catch this bit on camera, but to remove the heater control unit, you just simply take out the 4 screws shown here. The plastic housing in which the screws go into is pretty brittle, so take your time, maybe put your hand behind it and don't over tighten anything when you put it back later. Once it's out, remove this little clip to free the cable, and then unloop the cable end from the dial mechanism itself. The dial and the front part stay in place, but the back section needs removing to realign the teeth. Underneath the dial, again, unfortunately I didn't film this bit, but you'll find a plastic tube. It has 3 small tabs that you press in to push the piece out. They are very brittle and I did break one of the little tabs, but it still holds in with the other 2. Be careful though, mine popped out and dropped into the dash. Took me 5 minutes to fish it back out. Now, for the reason it was stiff in the first place, head into the engine bay. On the right hand side, you'll find this yellowish heater unit. On the back, there's a small black metal lever that can stick. Mine was seized completely with barely any movement. A bit of WD-40 and some wiggling by hand, and eventually it freed up nicely. If for some reason yours doesn't free up and you need a new unit, these can be found on eBay for about 25 quid. As you can see in mine, the sheathing on the cable had been stripped off too. Turns out the retaining clip here wasn't holding it tight enough. Quick fix, small cable tie. Before putting everything back, I did a quick test. I ran the car up to temperature with the heater set to cold, just to make sure cold air was actually coming through. Back to the dial. Now that the cable moves freely, reconnect the rear part of the dial, but make sure it's aligned correctly and you've got full range of motion. I recommend setting the heater lever in the engine bay to fully cold, then matching your dial to that position before connecting the cable again. Once it's back together and moving smoothly, screw the unit back in, plug your switches in and clip the fascia back on. And that's it, full range of motion, properly aligned and working as it should. If you found this video helpful, I'll be recording and documenting any upgrades or fixes I do on my Defender, so feel free to subscribe and join me along the way.